All right, opponent is 16-15. Okay, we're facing the Alekhine. I looked this up recently on my own time, and apparently the main line is the 4 pawns attack. And I forget what you do after this, though. So I need to review those videos again. Okay, yeah, I think this makes sense. And then we take... now, I think one of these knights is a mistake. Well, I guess we have to do this one first to defend here. But then they come after you with this. This is feeling familiar from the videos I watched. I think maybe we try to defend this way. I need to review this after the game, but we'll see. So yeah, they can come check us with the bishop. I think just knight goes out. And, you know, they can maybe try to like stack up on it again, but we can defend again. Actually, they can't go there because of our queen. If they take here, they might be able to win this pawn. So I guess if they take, we have to go like pawn takes. Not loving the position here. They're going to maybe castle queenside. Well, they're going to bring a rook here. Okay, let's castle. So now if they take here, I can take with the rook, and that way I stay defending this pawn. They do castle queenside. That might be ill-advised. My pawns are already pretty close to them. What is the best way to march forward with the pawns? Let's just attack here. I mean, if they want to take, I get an open file right away. So yeah, I'm quite down for this. Open file. Let's take with the rook again, so that I stay defending this pawn. Ooh, they exploited the pin. Makes sense. Good move, and they win my rook. Well done by them. Let's go here. But now my bishop will also be pretty active. And I can march this guy down to get the knight to move. My bishop's, you know, oh, you didn't want the free rook. You wanted something else. I can also like, can I, Okay, let's bring the bishop back just somewhere safe so that they don't get like free tempos on me. I considered going here, but I'm not sure what is better. Now, in general, what can you guys tell me about opposite queenside castles, or sorry, opposite side castles games? Do you know what generally happens in those games? I will explain in a second. Okay, I can't take because the loot drops the bishop. I think I can ignore, though. In opposite sides castles games, generally, both sides are going to pawn storm each other and try to go checkmate the other guy. And generally, you're trying to open a file and go get them, which we've already done. And now I'm going to maybe open this diagonal, bring the bishop in. I might have to shuffle these guys back over. Well, not here because that hangs the queen, but I think black is in trouble. I think black is in trouble for the moment. Oh, you go that way. So yeah, now I'm threatening this check. It's dicey for them. And meanwhile, I don't see a clear plan for them. So like they can march here, I can just stop it. I think not having bishops for them might be a problem in this position. Wait, was that was a pawn sack? Oh, exploiting this. Well, all right. You get my bishop. So they win this bishop. Nice tactic by them. Let's throw in a. Should we throw in a check or should we go here and prevent them from running? Ooh, we also have this. Okay, I might be getting a little too fancy here. I didn't calculate this all the way. Yep, they have a check, which is a problem. I can't go here because they check and then I have to run. Oh, but if I don't, then I might have to sack for this. So that my rook does defend. Ooh, I might be getting mated now. Dang. Maybe do I go here? I guess I go here and I have to be ready to sack the rook for the knight because of Smothered Mate. It's a mating pattern that is available if I don't play that in this position. Actually, wait, no, because my rook will defend. Okay, who's getting who right now? I might be getting you. Very complicated, double-edged position. I think I'm winning. Well, okay, I think they can get a perpetual. So there's no Smothered Mate here, guys, if you're familiar with that pattern. I can show you what that is after the game if you aren't familiar. It is one of the most beautiful things in chess. So my threat is mate. Or also like here, mate. So yeah, they might go for the perpetual. I could also... Nah, I don't. I think we go for... Yeah, so this is... They're setting up... Okay, draw by repetition. Okay. All right, if you guys enjoyed that, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into some analysis on this one. So, in the end of the analysis, we will go over Smothered Mate, so stick around. Okay, so Alekhine. The Alekhine is defined by the knight coming out here, and basically black invites you to overextend your pawns and then tries to chip away at them as the game goes on. And yeah, so what was the right move here? So they say bishop e3. Yes, okay, I remember now in the video I watched. So bishop e3 is more accurate. The problem with my move right away is they're able to pin you. They're able to pin you. But if you go bishop e3, then they can't play this move right away because of your queen. So, and you kind of force their hand. Like in order to develop this bishop, they probably want to play here. So, they might have to go here or something. So I think that is the more accurate way to play. Although knight f3 is also one of the top moves, I guess, according to the engine. So, yeah, then bishop e3 here, basically the only move to save this pawn because they were double attacking and this knight was pinned. Now, was my bishop move... They wanted knight bd2. Knight bd2. Interesting. Oh, well, that or knight c3. Okay, either are fine. They don't like my move because... yeah, because this allows them to damage the structure because they have pressure on this pawn. Okay, so let's figure out a learning from this. So this pawn is a little tender in this position, and I need to make sure this bishop is free to remain defending that, and I can't give it the dual job of defending this. So this move isn't like terrible, but if they take us, we have to take with the pawn. Well, it is kind of bad. If they take us, if we take here, we're just losing a pawn for kind of no reason. And if we take with the pawn, then where is our king gonna castle and be safe? This feels very open now. We already pushed this pawn, so this also feels very open. Not loving that. So, okay, that's actually a really important lesson I think I need to try to remember for the future. So, in this position, knight first. Knight first, and then maybe, I mean, it's kind of dicey though, because like, so like they say knight bd2. Let's say, oh, they say, but yeah, bishop b4. Okay, they say a3. But a3, if you take, queen takes, now can't you take? And yeah, they take, you take. They say like f6 or like queen h4 check. Oh man, this I don't love this, guys. All right, I need to watch some more Alekhine videos. So, all right, let's just continue. Yeah, I really don't agree with their decision to castle queenside. Although, I mean, the computer says that's one of the top moves, or it is the top move. But I don't know. I mean, like, so normally, with opposite sides castles, it's a race, right? And the race is often defined by like how long it takes you to get your pawns like to their doorstep to break it open. And like my pawns are already kind of close, you know, and I'm going to get a tempo here. And yeah, like giving me this open file now to come attack you. Yes, they do have a knight blocking for the moment, which is a pretty strong defensive resource, given that I have an open file aimed at their king. But it's also pretty easy to kick it away. I mean, I also could have done this right away, but yeah, why didn't I do that? Something about feeling like, I think going this way kind of forces this pawn to move at some point to stop me from getting like all the way. And I think you can leverage that in some positions. So that's why intuitively I felt like, even though it takes one more move to get to the knight this way, I felt like that was better. Okay, so they took, and yeah, rook takes is the best move. Knight takes e5 was the best move. Queen b3, best move. And yeah, here, I mean, they should just take the rook. They might have been scared. Like, this is looking a little scary. Like, this is going to come kick you away. My queen is pointed here. This is pointed here. You maybe even have to, but then I like, so yeah, I mean, if you try to shut down this way, then I can maybe claim this file and like sever you. But they wanted a4 in this position. Yeah, so that might have been what black was afraid of. But I mean, this knight move felt like kind of an empty threat to me. Also, like you're kind of setting yourself up for a tactic here. Like this is an X-ray. Once I move the rook, the knight is hanging. But wait, so why do they hate my move? They say c5 in this position. What was wrong with my move though? So now they say c5 here. Yeah, so really exploiting this pin, which I overlooked this pin in the game. And I think it happened twice. Or I think black kind of utilized it twice, if I remember correctly. So yeah, they still wanted c5, I guess, to prevent black from playing c5 themselves and kind of, well, pressuring here, exploiting this pin on the undefended bishop. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Rook b1, top move, go us. Yep, pawn takes, top move. So why don't you guys pause and tell me, give it some thought. What is wrong with going a6 in this position? Or what's stronger, taking or going a6? The problem with a6 is now you've kind of locked the position and it's going to be hard to break through. Like what we want is like an open freeway for like our rooks and our queen to come murder the king here, right? If you go a6, I mean, yeah, look at the evaluation now. Actually, now black has a huge advantage because their king is so safe. In some positions, so this is called a wedge pawn. In some positions, this is very strong. And actually, earlier in the series, there were some games where my opponent got a wedge pawn against me, and that's how they ended up winning. So this can be a very powerful asset. but not always, and it depends on the position. Because I mean, if we could get the queen like onto this diagonal, you know, we might have some mating threats. But given how our pieces are constructed here and just kind of the position, really what you want is an open file to come get them. So when I take, it actually doesn't matter which way they take, but at least in my opinion, based on my understanding, but like, or based on my assessment of this position, you know, we could come back, we could come after this pawn. We can still like soften things up even further here. So, you know, I was really loving this position. However, they don't like this pawn move. Why not? Let's see. Knight take. Oh yeah, because of knight takes, which I think they played. So I mean, good job by my opponent. And now they wanted queen a2, queen c4. Ooh, queen c4. I like that. Pinning the knight to the king. Or queen takes f7. Yeah, taking and letting the rook infiltrate does feel a little sketchy because, first of all, they get a tempo on my bishop. Second of all, this is just rooks on the 7th or on my second rank are just very dangerous. And yeah, when I played this move, I mean, just intuitively, it didn't quite feel right, but I was just, you know, low on time sort of and wanted to kind of put them to the test. So let's see, how could they have punished this? So yeah, queen c5 check. Rook takes e2, and now I'm down a rook. We're down a full rook here, but I mean, we get this check, which is the top move. Okay, they wanted h3. That makes sense. So that way you get rid of the perpetual or like the smothered mate ideas, because now you've created some space for your king. So if they check you, you can step up. And they can't come back anymore because we could take. So that is another lesson I'm going to take away from this game. So now let's pretend I made a bad move here, and let's go over Smothered Mate. Well, actually, okay, let's do it now. All right, so let's say I do a bad move here. It is black to play. I'll flip the board in a sec if you prefer that. But if you aren't familiar with Smothered Mate, pause the video and spend a lot of time trying to find the checkmate in this position. And well, so they're sort of, it's not this move. So this is probably a very strong move because you're threatening like this way, but it's not that. There's a mate in 3 in this position. You can pause it here if you want to have it from white's perspective, and you can pause it here if you want to have it from black's perspective. Mate in 3, Smothered Mate, one of the most beautiful things in chess. See if you can find it. So, the first move, knight check. King comes here. If you want to pause and evaluate from this position, go ahead if you haven't figured it out yet. The next move, double check. You can't go here because they're going to checkmate you. So king goes here. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? If you've never seen this before, are you ready to have your mind blown? I'm honored. If that's the case, comment below and let me know. I'm honored to be the one to show you this. The move is queen to g1 check. Insane. Insanity. You take. And what was the point of that? What is the last move here, guys? Checkmate. Smothered Mate. Just the lone knight delivering the checkmate. All right. If you enjoyed that, drop a like on the video. So let's return now to the game. So that was when I was mentioning in the game the smothered mate threat. That's what I was talking about. And the reason it didn't actually exist in this position is because I have the rook here. So, for example, let's say I just make a move. I'm trying to make a move that doesn't like lose immediately. Let's say I like go here. Okay. So let's try the same thing. So remember, it's check. They come here. Although now they say I'm getting mated. Well, it might be from this rook, but let's demonstrate that the smothered mate doesn't exist. Oh no. Right, so I can take this guy. So because I defend this square, there is no smothered mate. And you have to be careful of that, because that comes up in games where it's not always valid. So, okay. And that's why they didn't go for it right away, because they saw that, my rook, or I assume that's why. And I also had to check before I allowed this, because, so let me back up a step. So after they check me here, I could sack and just get rid of the knight. However, I didn't think that was necessary. And if you look at this position, I'm about to get checkmated. Meanwhile, and I'm down, what am I down? I'm down 7 points and I don't have a way to like checkmate them. So I'd have to like go here to not lose immediately probably. Or I could just keep checking them or something. But yeah, so that's why I didn't sacrifice for this. And I had to check all of these jumps to see if black had a good discovery. Because like if my queen was on a different square, like it couldn't be here in this position. But just imagine it was there. They could check and then take. So those are the types of things you have to watch out for and calculate. And yeah, I think they realized here that they were about to get mated. And let's see, how do they stop this? So from this position, how can they stop the mate? Would this stop mate? Because it defends against here, but I also kind of have multiple threats because like, well, it might. Let's see. No, computer says the only way to not lose, or the only way for black to have an advantage is to check with the knight. Okay. Oh wow, they say it's mate in 11 from here. I'll let you guys. Man. They say the first move for mate in 11 is this. Very interesting. Wow! Oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, so if you go here, what's the idea here, guys? What does black play? Check, because now our back rank is no longer protected because this knight is interfering. And then we block and then mate. Okay. So you can't sidestep this way. The most resilient is like king here. And then I guess they go check. You can't take because when they recapture, it'll be mate. So you go here. And then we're just looking at this just for fun. But okay, check. You're going to win the queen. Yeah, you still can't go to the corner. So this is like a windmill. This happened in a very famous Bobby Fischer game, the game of the century. There's a good YouTube. There's some great YouTube videos on that if you want to check that out. He sacrificed a queen, and then just like won the game like 20 moves later, just from having a better position. Okay. Anyways, let's wrap this game up. So yeah, and in this position we repeated the board 3 times, which is officially a draw. So we went we're over. Well, we lost 1 game and we tied 1 game tonight. And I think we played okay. I'm still definitely a little rusty again because it's been a few days, but hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see you in the next one.